Now, the US Department of Justice has filed documents explaining why grand jury documents in the Jeffrey Epstein case should be released. The Justice Department says the grand jury testimony of 2 witnesses will be released, both law enforcement. The filing is seen by some experts as performative rather than a real effort to release the Epstein files. However, the Trump administration has been criticised for not releasing information about the former financier and convicted sex offender. CNN's Paula Reid is joining us now. So, Paula, what further arguments are the DOJ leaning on here, and how likely are they to be received, given this is something that is widely being viewed now as performative?
Yeah, it's been about 10 days since they initially made their request to try to unseal transcripts from grand juries, both from the New York investigations and the ones down in Florida. Now, they initially argued that there's enormous public interest here, but as you noted, that was viewed with skepticism because the unusual request, the default is here, the grand jury material is confidential. It came at a time the administration was facing enormous backlash for backtracking on its own promise to release additional Epstein materials. Now, down in Florida, the request was denied, but in New York, the judge just asked for more information, more of an explanation about why they needed this. And the most interesting thing we learned in last night's filing from the Justice Department is that even if these transcripts were to be released, the grand jury only heard from 2 witnesses, both law enforcement officials. Now, this is not uncommon. In a grand jury, the bar is low to get an indictment, so you don't put on your full case. You don't bring in your blockbuster witnesses. It's very common that you just bring in these summary witnesses, law enforcement officials, to summarize some of the evidence that you have. But while this has always been seen as a long shot, it raises new questions that, okay, even if the judge were to allow the release of these transcripts, would this really quell the outrage, the backlash that the administration is facing? Seems highly unlikely because the bulk of the information, again, is within the possession of the FBI and the Justice Department, not in these transcripts.
All right, we will watch to see where this goes. Paula Reid, for now, thank you.